Welcome back, everyone. I'm the University and this is Langrisser Mobile. It's another month, so it's going to be a new banner. Before we dive into that, as far as new events are concerned, we got another Endless Voyage, which honestly I didn't even finish the last one. I find it way too grindy, and the RNG just got really annoying for me. I ended up getting nothing but the last one. I ended up getting nothing but like light armor and flying and assassin weapons essentially, or archer and assassin weapons, and I didn't have any of those as my party members, so it was really annoying. But I'll probably do a little bit of it just to pass time. As for exclusive equipment, we have Alpha's armor, which actually provides plus mobility, which is not something you see too often. You usually see plus mobility on anything besides an accessory. It also provides, let's see, it will reflect damage received if you happen to if the shield happens to associate with the correct damage type. I don't know if that actually makes any sense, because the point of the shield is it reduces damage, so if you're reducing the damage, that means you're also reducing the damage that's being reflected. So I don't know. But if your shield is off, you will get additional hero damage, which goes well with her AoEs, I suppose. Unfortunately, Alpha is just not something that anyone really uses in PvP or PvE, but it's still a good armor. And then the other one is for Lighted Genesis, and this makes it so she can get an additional stack, and more importantly, when she gets an act again, she doesn't lose buffs, which is something that she should have had in her kit to begin with, but whatever. It's just essentially an excuse to try to give her a helm that's better than, Tenuous headdress, which in this case it's pretty good. I'm probably going to go ahead and replace it, which will give me a Tenuous headdress to hopefully go to the new character that's coming up. Alright, so with all that said and done, let's dive into summons. Alright, so we got Moonlight and the Iron Knight. This gives you Kagia and Caroline. We'll just dive right in. So summon 10. Shouldn't be anywhere. I should have nothing towards pity. Alright, right off the bat. I am gonna pick up both characters. I'm probably not gonna go all in for this one. Alright, we got Caroline. Alright. Captain of the Archknights has ascended in a long lineage of chivalrous knights, the Iron Vanguard of Elysium. Alright, so now we just need to get the other character. If we get duplicates, that's fine, but I really just care about getting one of each. So Caroline is essentially an all-cav character. She's all about... you can kind of build her for single target, but her main gimmick that most people use her for is for her mass AoE that she has for her 3C. She's able to throw out her lance, kind of similar to Rosalia's sword, but instead of buffing, it actually debuffs. It has like an aura that will do fixed damage, as well as increased movement cost to get outside the aura. She also has the ability to change movement buffs into movement debuffs, which is kind of unique. I saw her in some Chinese matches. Overall, though, she didn't really make too much of a splash. She wasn't bad per se. It's just there's so many AoE now, and there's so many ways to kind of somewhat fight against it that it. She most cases if you have someone like Rosen CL or something along those lines, you will be able to just endure her. Still, she's a pretty good character, just in general. Honestly, she's probably, her kit's something that I kind of wish Mystery Knight had. I think this is 7. I think this is our 7th pull, but I'm not sure. We'll probably go to Pity, but after our starting pull, I guess I deserve it. The other character, Kagia, she's essentially a spellcaster that's she essentially has single target and AoE, and her gimmick's about these little cards that she puts out every turn that people can grab for buffs, and it gives her a stackable currency buff that she can use for her own abilities. Alright, I actually lost count on that one. I think that was 80. 80 summons, but I'm not sure. Perfect.
この玉泉さんの部屋に無断で入り込むとはいい度胸ね。坊や、その代価ちゃんと払えるんでしょうね。
Times 2. Alright. Alright. Master of the Jade Toad Gang, the leader of the Jade Toad Gang in Saruno, with an acute mind and a business acumen. She, compared to Caroline, Kagia did okay. She definitely had a pretty powerful 3C that's single target that had quite the punch. Not only that she can actually move 3 spaces after using it, which gives her a little bit of hit and run, which a lot of casters lack. But she does have some setup required to take full advantage of her cards and stuff like that. Supposedly equipment summons are coming, but apparently it's not this week. I think it might be next week. The upcoming equipment summon, there's not really too much that's special. There's an accessory that's pretty good for Light of Genesis, where you get bonus, additional damage bonus against things you have a class advantage on, which of course Light of Genesis has a spell that works on everything but Holy. I kind of want to get 1 or 2 of those if possible. The second one I'll probably give to Lucretia, mainly because she has her 3C works well against Holy, and Holy's pretty common in PvP. And then there's a bow that actually can extend your skill range, which I would like to get for Silvaria, to make her snipe even more ridiculous. But that's pretty much it, so I'm going to go ahead and grind these characters up, and I'll be right back. Okay, let's go ahead and get on to these awakenings and stuff like that. So first things first, let's go ahead and get her to 4 stars. Definitely no complaints about the summoning rate this time. Alright, so she gets an intelligence bonus when there's a friendly unit nearby, which is a bit limiting. And then at the start of every turn, she throws out a bunch of little cards onto the field. Any ally can go on top of them, and she will essentially get either a boar, deer, or butterfly stack, depending on which one it is. And then anyone that steps on a card will get a random buff. I've seen defense increase, attack increase, damage increase. It could be kind of a little bit of anything. Also, these cards are considered terrain, so they do overlap with existing terrain effects. It's not exactly something you want to rely on, but it is something you can mess around with. Also, the cards stay on the field until... yeah, they last for 1 turn, so... what you can do if you have multi moves or multi acts, you can actually just sit on top of a card and act again or move again over and over again to trigger it. It also would trigger twice on things that like secondary skill prompts, like Sissy White's summoning, as well as Iron Commander's formations and Florentia's stratagems. At least from what I saw. So it's kind of neat. Alright, gear-wise, I went Clock. Some of the things she can do with her fancy little cards. Hidden card gives her 3 different options. I don't really remember them all from the top of my head. One of them I think just gives you an extra draw, or it'll give you a extras of the other card types at the cost of others. I got one set up where I got increased proc chance for things like Clock and other effects. The main thing is any of these hidden card effects all have the same effect, which is increase your range by 2, which is very, very useful. You do get an act again, though your movement is only based off your remaining movement points. So if you used all your movement and activate this, you'll get an act again, but you won't be able to move anywhere. But you'll still be able to act. She also has a single target that does 1.5 times and has an incredibly high crit chance, and it heals yourself. She has access to pretty much the best AoEs, as well as a few decent single targets. I think she's the second person ever to get Arcane Blast since Rachel. So if you're tired of using Rachel for the 30% magic defense debuff, you now have another option. Besides that, soldiers, nothing too fancy. That's the standard sorceress, fairy spirits, all that good stuff. Anyway, I have her set up for single target because if I ever do use her, I tend to use her for that. Anyway, Awakening. Alas, if only a smarter opponent appeared, perhaps I wouldn't be so sleepy. Oh, her class options is she has Holy and Mage. Mage has higher intelligence, so I went with that. Alright. Alright, Juggler, huh? Alright, I'm just gonna go here. Alright, so now you just move in. Got the clock proc. So yeah, at this point I don't have enough to do any special card effects. Alright, so yeah, this one, this is the one where it just gives you random other cards at the cost of just a pair of Boardier or Butterfly, which right now I have a pair of, I think it's Butterfly, yeah. And then the other options is you have to have one of each, and that will give you the ability to increases damage dealt and increases trigger, oh, it's just equipment, not clock. Triggering equipment resonance by 100%. And then the other one is chance of triggering equipment for allies is increased. Okay. Gotcha. Well, let's do this. Alright, with that I can now attack you from range. The buffs I'm getting don't really matter in this case. I think you can have up to 3 of a stack. Getting bounties, that's fine.
私に何を教えてくれるの？あなたの財布。あれ？
Need a butterfly. There we go. We'll grab that one. Bounties don't stack as far as I know.
私に何
Yeah,
を
they
教
don't
え
stack.
てくれるの？あなたの財布。あれ？あれ？
Alright. Yeah, that's the only drawback about Kaira is she kind of requires some setup where you have to grab all the cards. You don't have to grab it with just with her. You can grab it with other people. You can even grab it with summons if you'd like. Alright. Invaders from the sky. I'll just buy their arc from them. There's nothing that Bunny can't buy. Alright. So for this battle... Alright, you're going hidden card with black hole, huh? We're gonna go AoE for this, even though I don't have the good staff for it. Okay. Actually, these jugglers don't have any way of guarding against physical, it looks like. Not a big deal.
私のやり方でこの争いを止めてみせます。君も僕と一緒に雲の上を泳ぎたいかい？自由に動いて本当にいいのかい？私に何を教えてくれるの？
Okay.
自由に動いて本当にいいのかい？
I really don't want to get hit with that black hole.
何を教えてくれるの？あなたの財布もっとあれ？
Okay. Obviously, Juggler will do his passive nonsense, but that's fine. Okay, as long as she doesn't get cards, it should be okay. I'm just staying just outside range. Okay.
あなたの財布、私に何を教えてくれるの？
Go ahead and debuff magic, or magic defense rather.
あなたの財布、もっと痩せた方がいいんじゃない？
Rock, good.
自由に行くぞ。自由に動いて本当にいいのかい？
it's gonna get swapped over. Yeah, that's fine.
私は私のやり方で
So then I can do
この
this.
争いを止めてみせます。私は私の
Okay,
やり
didn't
方
go
で
as well as I thought it
この
would.
争いを止めてみせます。
Alright, we're gonna get hit with AoEs this time, but Faith healed up Juggler, which is
あなたの
perfect.
財布もっと痩せた方がいいんじゃない？
And he's silent, so he can do beast shot.
あなたの財布
Okay, not too shabby.
私に何を教えてくれるの？あなたの財布もっと痩せた方が
Alright, okay, that's fine. I didn't get any of my buffs I wanted. Well,
あな
I'll just
たの
debuff you
財布
more.
もっと痩せた方がいいんじゃない？責任が重くても逃げるわけには参りません。
君も僕と一緒に雲行くぞ。物に霊則は宿り、竜がバンコクを支配する。君も僕と一緒
Okay,
に
thanks for the
雲の
heal.
上を泳ぎたいかい？僕は簡単には屈しない。物に霊則は宿り、竜がバンコクを支配する。
あなたの財布私に何を教えてくれるの？早く私に何を教えてくれるの？早く家に帰りたいわ。責任が重くても逃げるわけには参りません。あなたの財布もっと痩せた方がいいんじゃない？あなたの財布私に何を教えてくれるの？早くうちに。責任が重くても逃げるわけには参りません。
Alright, not too shabby. Alright, and now we can do, well, we need to talk about the 3C, of course. Alright.
早くうちに帰りたいわ。
Alright, for every one boar, deer, or butterfly is consumed in this battle, the crit chance of ultimate throw increases by 6%. Attacks a single enemy for 1.7 times damage. For battle, apply 2 random strong debuffs to the enemy for 1 turn, and these debuffs can't be dispelled. After battle, gains damage taken reduced by 20% for 1 turn, and the hero can move 3 blocks. Not too shabby. Alright, and then Caroline. So she has defense increase, and then she gets attack increase for every block she moves up to 5 times. So at this point, it's 5%. After attacking and dealing damage, all mobility buffs for all enemies within 1 ring are converted into mobility debuffs for 1 turn. Soldier-wise, probably the key thing is mechanical knights, which give her additional mobility. She does have the ability to increase her mobility as well as her AoE skill range and damage dealt. And then she has a AoE that can dispel buffs, which can be pretty useful. And then, of course, she has a bunch of the usual rush moves. As a descendant of the Knights of Glory and an inheritor of the Code of Chivalry, I will earn my reputation as a knight. Yeah, having javelin's kind of helpful. I can move back. Oh, you gotta buff first, huh? Not a problem. I'll buff as well. Okay, you do have the sword. I'm gonna let you come towards me. Yeah, we'll let you come towards me. Just so I don't get blindsided by Rosalia. It also gets rid of the buffs. Alright, do that. Oh yeah, I do have her with clock as well, just for the AoE nonsense. The sword I have is the Bloodthirster, I think, the one that does extra fixed damage. Okay, she already dropped her sword, so I don't need to worry about the extra action. Also, what's nice about the booster is that you can, it lasts longer than the cooldown, so you can just keep it up indefinitely as long as you have the action to spare. And her self buff is like 3 rounds. It's pretty good compared to others. Alright. True Knight never stops moving forward. I shall lead Elysium into the unknown. Okay, you're giving me this nonsense. What are you going with? Okay, you're going with AoE. Alright. Okay, so with Sprint and Werner Dime's help, I can easily get to the front lines here. So I probably want to go ahead and go for kill as quickly as possible. In fact... How far can I go with this? Yeah, there's not much I can do about it. Alright, let's do Sprint and see what happens. Alright. Should give you an extra action. Good. And I can attack from range here. Wow, that's really low HP. What the hell is that? What was up with that? Iron Commander only has 6k HP. What went wrong? Alright. And now I can go straight for you guys. All these are cavalry, so have fun with that. More than likely they're going to open with a buff, so I should be okay with just wearing you down a bit. Alright. Oh, going straight for the attack, not the buff. Alright. Was not expecting that. This does mean they don't have an attack buff then, so have fun with that. It might be buffing.
慎重にな。あなたのために。慎重にな。俺たちは消耗品じゃない。
Okay. Okay. So we get Cavalry Doom. Sorry about that, had to clear my throat. Deals 0.4 times AoE damage to all enemies in the specified 2 blocks surrounding the area and applies the terrain effect Cavalry Doom for 1 turn. This terrain has command. When enemies are within 2 blocks, fight Caroline. Attack and intelligence are reduced by 15%, and when moving to any terrain that is not Cavalry Doom, each block moved consumes 1 additional mobility. Additionally, before dealing damage or taking action, this unit takes 1 instance of fixed damage based on the target's increased mobility. Maximum of 3.5 times Caroline's attack. After using a skill, clears all enemy terrain effects from the affected area, and the unit can move an additional 4 additional blocks in a straight line. And Cavalry Doom has priority as far as terrain is concerned, so it can be used for field clearing. So yeah, not too bad. Yeah, I didn't show her gear. I went carbon fiber just cause, and gave a bloodthirsty nail. I didn't really have anything too particular for her. But yeah, that'll be it for now. The season of Apex should be ending soon. I don't know when the next one's starting, so either I'll see you guys in a month or I'll see you guys when the next season of the Apex starts. I'm The Depressed Eeyore. This was Langrisser Mobile. See you guys later.